Hey, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on 10 TV Plus for a special edition of our 10 Weather Impact Show as we've been tracking that snow here this morning for the last several hours, and we are going to start to see some improvements as we continue through the rest of this morning, and really so as we head into this afternoon as the snow clears out of here and our temperatures warm up into the 30s, starting to melt some of that snow here later on this afternoon. But as we are tracking the snow, I want to take a look at some of the cameras from around the area. You can see the still pretty slow go on several areas. You're looking at the bottom right corner of the screen there. That's I-71 at Greenlawn. Really slow go with almost standstill traffic here at the present time. You can see still some snowflakes falling out there around the area, and we are going to continue with that at least for another hour or so. Really starting to clear out of here, I think, as we get closer to around 11 a.m. and more so by noon. The snow is out of the Columbus metro. But here's a look at what we have going on. This is the winter weather advisory that is in effect until 11 a.m. as we are tracking 2 to 4 inches of snow accumulation across central and southern Ohio. Many areas we've already seen that, allowing really leading to very slippery conditions across much of central and southern Ohio. Like I said, though, things are going to start to get better as we get later into today, as our temperatures get up into the 30s and we start to really melt some of the snow. And, well, actually, it's going to get better once the snow actually clears out of here first. And we're starting to see that now around the Columbus metro, down to light snowfall here. Further southeast, though, we still are tracking more moderate to, at times, some heavier snow, where you see that darker blue showing up there now just now south of Athens there. This is all moving to the south and east and will continue to clear out of here as we go through this morning. But notice we had a band of snow really develop and set up right along I-70, right along the I-70 corridor here through the Columbus metro, back towards London, Springfield, Dayton, up to Marysville. Now the snow is out of Marysville, aside from a couple flurries, and it is clearing out of the Columbus area as well and moving towards the south and east. And as we look ahead to the hour-by-hour forecast, we are going to continue to see the snow clearing out of here as we get closer to about noontime. All the snow really is winding down, and this is one of our newer updates from one of our computer projections showing the snow out of here maybe a little bit sooner. But also we're watching for some wintry mix here in southern Ohio, Jackson, Piketon, Chillicothe, MacArthur to Athens still around noon. And then eventually, though, as our temperatures warm up into the 30s above freezing, we'll see a change over to some rain showers, and then rain showers build back in later this evening into tonight as we see those temperatures into the 30s to near 40. Showers are expected here as we go through the overnight hours, and I'll talk more about that rain here in just a moment. But let's still talk about the snow, because we had a lot, 4.2 inches of snowfall about 2 miles west of Hilliard. In Hilliard, we had a report of 3 inches, measured 2.5 inches here at 10 TV at just about 7:30 this morning. So likely up to about 3 inches now here as the snow is starting to wind down. So if you do have a snowfall report for your city or town, you can always send it to us here at 10 TV. We appreciate all snow reports from across the area. It just helps give us a better idea of exactly what's been happening across the area, because we can't physically go out and measure the snowfall in every city, every community. So if you have a report for us, we greatly appreciate that. You can email it to wx@10tv.com. So wx@10tv.com. Just send us an email with a report, your city, your location, and if you have a picture of the ruler in the snow, you can always send that with it as well. So the snow, again, clearing out of here. Now we are talking about rain. We're talking about showers and even thunderstorms in the forecast, especially looking ahead to the end of the week by Thursday, Friday, and more so into Saturday. Likely some thunderstorms moving across central and southern Ohio. As our temperatures warm up, we got 50s in the forecast tomorrow. We have 60s by Thursday. We have 70s by Friday. So it's going to be a quick change from winter today to spring as we go through the rest of the week, as we are not just talking about a little bit of rain, but quite a bit here as we go through the extended forecast, as the chances continue all the way through Sunday, and we may even have chances lingering into early next week by Monday and Tuesday. Wouldn't be surprised if we're still tracking some more rounds of showers and thunderstorms, and it's all because of the system that's really moving, not really at all. It's kind of stationary off to the west, so it's going to be kicking out rounds of moisture, rounds of rain over the next several days until it finally clears through the area. as we head into next week. But this is wave number 1, and notice there's a lot of moisture here across Kentucky and Tennessee, kicking some of that moisture into the cold air here in Ohio, leading to that snow near and south of I-70 now. That's going to be passing through, but the rain is going to start to build in from the south and west as we start to warm up here as we head into tonight and really going through the next several days. So let's talk about tonight. Here we are at 10:30. Rain showers starting to build back into Columbus, and rain showers will continue, and they'll be pretty scattered for tomorrow morning, so not likely going to cause a huge impact here for your morning commute. But don't be surprised if you have at least a couple scattered showers around, so take the umbrella with you here tomorrow morning, because later on tomorrow, here comes the rain, and we could be tracking some pretty moderate rainfall around the midday hours, possibly having some impacts around the evening commute, so be aware of that. We're watching that here for tomorrow evening. And then the rain continues to build to the south and east, and a lot of it does look like it's going to stay near and south of I-70 with that potential for some heavy rainfall over the course of the next 2 days. We could see rainfall amounts nearing an inch in some of these locations, but at least a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall, a pretty safe bet here for the next 2 days. That's the next 2 days. Further out, we're talking about even more rain here as we head towards the weekend. So this is looking ahead as we go through really the next several days. By Thursday, we're still tracking another round of moisture coming in. As our temperatures get up into the 60s, there is a chance we could get some thunderstorms with this activity. Now, potential for severe weather the next few days. Right now, Wednesday into Thursday, it's pretty low. There is a better chance further to the south and west as temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer, a little bit more energy available there. So we'll be watching that here. But as we get later into the week, Friday into Saturday, especially Saturday, I think there's going to be enough energy around that we'll likely have showers and thunderstorms. And we'll have to watch for some stronger storms because our temperatures are going to be up in the 70s. There's enough energy around, enough warm air, enough moisture coming in that we could be watching for some stronger thunderstorms here. Maybe Friday, probably Saturday, and then we'll see some more chances for rain as we look ahead to Sunday. And still, maybe a break here by Monday, but another round of rain likely coming in here for early next week. So once all is said and done over the course of the next several days, so this is taking us through next Monday morning, this is what we're looking at. Where you see the blue, which is everywhere, that's at least a half an inch of rainfall. So the entire state of Ohio, likely at least a half an inch of rainfall in the next 7 days. So that's good news, especially for northwestern Ohio, where there are still some drought conditions with severe to extreme level drought in the northwestern part of the state. So they're going to get some good rain. Hopefully they'll get some more of this moisture, so some higher amounts to really help. But where you see purple, that's at least 1.5 inches. So really a good portion of the state still seeing at least 1 inch to 1.5 inches. But some areas, especially near and south of I-70, wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about 2 to 3 inches, maybe 4 inches of rain here by the end of the 7-day forecast. So a lot going on here through the next several days. And like I said, we're also watching that potential for some stronger thunderstorms. This is for Wednesday. Most of it's going to be to our west, but there is a chance that as the storms move into southwestern Ohio, they could still be on the stronger side. But I think chances are, at least right now, pretty low. It's going to really depend on what our temperatures get to here on Wednesday. But with some rain around, we'll likely get up to around 60, maybe stuck in the upper 50s, maybe some lower 60s. But if we get some sunshine, some warmer temps, then we'll have to watch this area for potential for some stronger thunderstorms here again Wednesday. But like I said, more likely getting into Friday and Saturday with that potential for stronger storms. But in any case, a lot of rain is coming our way. Starting tonight, 35 degrees. So this afternoon, we'll get up into the upper 30s, around 37, maybe close to 40 in a couple places here where we didn't have as much snowfall. And then we'll kind of hover around the mid to upper 30s this evening into tonight, allowing for all of this to be rain. So that's the good news. Our road conditions are not going to be a problem as we go through tonight. There will be some ponding on the roads, I think. So just be aware of that here. Just be aware of, be cautious of hydroplaning here this evening into tonight. But more so tomorrow as we get some of that more moderate to heavier rainfall building in. 54 degrees for a high here on your Tuesday. All the snow will have melted by then. South winds at 5 to 10 up to 15 miles per hour, and rain likely. Showers in the morning. The more moderate rainfall through the late morning hours through the afternoon and evening could have some impacts on the evening commute here for tomorrow. There's a chance we could hear a rumble of thunder. Likely not much, if anything, for tomorrow. The better chances, I think, for thunderstorms are going to be arriving later on in the week as we get those warmer temperatures, get some energy coming in here by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday. And look at our numbers here going up. We got 37 for a high here today with that snow on the ground, kind of keeping us a little bit colder here this afternoon. But it will melt. The snow will start to melt here today. All of it's gone by tomorrow. 54 for a high temperature. We got 57 looking ahead to our Wednesday. And then we have that chance for a couple thunderstorms here later into the day, likely more just rain. And then as we get later on into Thursday and Friday, our chances do start to taper off here for Friday as we have highs into the lower 70s. And I think there's a chance that we could actually get some sunshine here by Friday. So maybe actually have a chance to enjoy 70 degrees, but then we got more rain coming in here as we look ahead to the weekend. The chances are still there for Friday. Could see some showers or thunderstorms developing as we get our temperatures up into the low 70s and more moisture around here heading towards the end of the work week into the weekend. But at least for today, for the next few hours, we have that 10 weather impact alert for the snow still coming down by noon, about 2 hours from now. The snow is going to be kicking out of here, and our conditions will start to improve for the rest of today into tonight. So then we're going to be shifting our focus from the snow today to the rain over the course of the next several days. Like I mentioned, we're talking about potential for upwards of 2 inches of rain in the next 7 days across central and southern Ohio. One concern that we'll have with that, because it's not going to be all coming down at once. We're not likely going to see some flash flooding. There is a chance there could be some brief flash flooding and some ponding on the roads and the streets. But what we will be watching for is, now that we have all this moisture coming in, some of the creeks and streams, the rivers may start to get up there a little bit. Likely not too much flooding, but we'll have to watch the trends as we go through the next week. And if the pattern continues heading into the following week, then we might be concerned about potential for some areas of flooding here as we go through the next couple of weeks. So turning into be a pretty active March, March coming in like a lion with the snow here, of course, today, and all the rain, all the showers and thunderstorms that we have in the forecast for the next week. But hey, at least it's going to warm up. We got 50s, 60s, and like I said, 70s coming our way here for Friday and Saturday. The first 70-degree day of the season so far, and we're likely going to get some warmer temperatures as we continue on through March. So thanks again for joining us here on 10 TV Plus for an update on the snow, and of course looking ahead to the forecast as we are tracking just a lot happening here over the course of the next several days. And coming up later on this afternoon, Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer will be in with the latest on the forecast as we're seeing the snow clearing out, and then looking ahead to the rain and that potential for thunderstorms as we may have some additional 10 weather impact alerts coming up here in the 7-day forecast. So be sure to tune in for that. Otherwise, you can catch more news and weather online as always at 10tv.com.